Anyway.
We do got a couple weeks of TV League to get to.
Okay, cool.
And guess what we got this week? An intro song.
Okay, let's go. Look at this, man. You're making new features.
Welcome to the Heisler Television Championship Series. Every week, we take the top 5 broadcasting and streaming shows, and we apply a point system. Only the top 5 shows scores points.
Yeah.
We're doing 2 weeks right now. Of course, we had a Super Bowl happen.
Wow.
123.7 million people became the most watched telecast of all time. Obviously, improved its viewership from last year's Super Bowl, so it got an extra 2 points. 52 points. This was for the NFL on CBS because it was on CBS.
Wow.
And then we caught in second place Tracker
Why did it get the extra 2 points again? I'm sorry.
because it increased its viewership.
Wow, from the previous Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the last year's Super Bowl, if it's the most watched telecast, it obviously increased its viewership.
Yeah, but that's amazing. Went up from even that much, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there was a
that
lot
was the
last
Taylor
year.
factor. There's the political factor of people thinking that it's a fucking psyop from the United States government or whatever the fuck.
Isn't that amazing? Like the way that's been twisted too. It's incredible.
And then you got this Tracker show that scored 40 points on the debut. This show caught that post-Super Bowl bump. Look how it went from 123 million to 18 million. Still crazy for like a broadcast show, but this show is about a guy who essentially finds, you break your ankle on a hike, this motherfucker will find you.
Oh, yeah.
He'll set your leg back into place and he's all blonde and dreamy and shit.
Oh, dreamy. Exactly.
And then it was
I track people.
And then it was the UK finishing out the top 5. Death in Paradise, Call the Midwife, and Gladiators get 35 points, 34 points, and 32 points respectively.
But there was no Strictly Come Dancing.
There was no. I think that ended. The reality shows in England go they're on every day. They get it out of the way in a week and a half. It's done, and then they show you some boring ass shit. And then on the streaming side, you had this Fool Me Once show, 2.399 billion watch minutes, but that was a decrease. So it only got 50 points. Bluey got the extra 2 on the bonus, 42
Big
points.
show.
Reacher still catching that new season bump. And then you had Young Sheldon and Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we'll go to week 25, which I literally did last night at 2 a.m.
Good for you, man. Look,
Oh, the folder's empty. Did I not share it? Oh, I got to go to the screenshots.
That's okay. My podcast partner,
All right.
There you go. Look at you. Just
Now,
I'm doing all my graphics. I'm doing all my graphics. I'm Keith Hazel, and I'm doing my
Okay.
graphics.
I just wanted to illustrate how tight the TV league is once the NFL ends.
yeah. Okay. Young Sheldon.
Took first place. 7.991 million people, increased its viewership from last week. Everything got a bonus except for this Death in Paradise episode. All of these are premieres. FBI premiered Wolf Entertainment's Into the Game, 7.704 million people. NCIS, 60 Minutes, finally getting its fucking... Wow. The NFL really keeps 60 Minutes down.
Well, dude, how many times have you watched the second game of a doubleheader?
And following the game will be 60 minutes,
they
except
let
the
you
West
know.
Coast.
I mean, it was like every 3.5 minutes,
And then on the streaming side, Bluey took first place. Got the extra
Children's
2 bonus
show, Bluey.
for increasing its viewership. And I think that's where, you're literally just throwing it on and putting your kids in front of it and walking away and doing your fucking
laundry and
doing your in-house aerobics class or whatever the fuck.
You're
Putting your Jane Fonda tape in.
Yeah.
Do you think people still make Jane Fonda tape references, like some comics?
No. Richard Simmons is probably just barely on people's tongues at this point.
Actually, you're happy they don't know because then they'll misinterpret that you're being a phobe.
And then you have Reacher taking second place, 42 points,
Jack
getting the extra
Reacher
2
owner.
bonus. Again, everything besides American Nightmare, which is a show that debuted on Netflix this month.
Ooh, it's like a horror show.
No,
right?
it's about a couple that vanished, and then the wife resurfaced later, and then they I didn't watch it, but she might have ended up being involved. It's just one of those things where two people disappeared, one of them comes back, and it's just like, well, I don't know what happened.
That's pretty crazy. Like
Yeah.
to try to pull that off.
So it's a 3-episode
hey, I gotta
documentary about
re-enter
that.
back into society, you know?
Young Sheldon taking third place, so 37 points and 50 points. And then you have Grey's Anatomy bringing up the rear here, but Grey's Anatomy is going to hot up a little bit because the new season starts March 14th.
Oh, yeah, I believe
So
that.
look for that streaming number to start kicking up too, because
Yep.
people are going to have to catch up.
Yep, exactly.
And then we'll look at, we'll delete this. American Nightmares, the chat says, is a great show.
Yeah, it sounds like
I've
kind
been
of
on
an
a real
interesting
murder mystery kick.
Oh.
Been watching the Real Murders of L.A. on Oxygen a lot.
Are these like
It's
ripped
just about
from the headlines?
It's just about women getting lured into alleys and fucking their throats slit.
Lifetime loves a good
You know,
murder
this
show.
person said I would be a Bond girl, and then he cut my head off. Type of shit.
and the person's talking with the head. The head is out.
Dude,
Yeah,
in the 90s, all you had to do was offer someone a role,
you know, yeah.
and they would fucking meet you anywhere.
God, when I lived here in the 90s, there was a photographer who lived 1 block away from me. And I saw this, I didn't know this, I didn't know the guy. I saw it on the news, like, and so who lives on Bronson, and I lived on Tamarind, which is 1 block away. This guy was a photographer, and he would film like LA cheerleaders. He killed an LA Raider cheerleader.
Oh, that was one of them. That
Yeah.
was an episode
Oh,
of,
really?
of the show.
Oh yeah. It's fucking. Well, obviously, it's totally disturbing. You know, I mean, he just
You got closeted gays shooting up movie theaters in the 20s. They talk about this dude in the 50s who went on a spree with his girlfriend. They made a TV movie about it with Tim Roth and Fairuza Balk
was
called
that
Murder in the Heartland. It's about this guy named Chuck something that just went on a spree and killed like 13 people with his girlfriend.
Was he from South Dakota?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what movie was loose? There's 2 movies based on that. Badlands, which was Martin Sheen and Sissy Spacek are in it, is directly based on that. And then a lot of like true romance, like a lot of the kind of script of true romance. There's
The chat
parts
says
of-
the 90s is truly a dangerous time unbeknownst to most 20-somethings.
Yeah, well, you know, everyone thinks their time is dangerous because that's all part of the ploy. They want to make you fear each other. We used to have like open hitchhiking in this country because there was just a basic level of trust between people. That is not coming back. I can guarantee you one thing in this world. Hitchhiking, like Trump, if Trump doesn't get elected and Biden gets reelected, there's not going to be more like trust, and there's not going to be more like, oh, we're going to start doing hitchhiking again. I think it's safe to say hitchhiking will never happen again in this country.
So running down the top 15, the NFL Sunday Night Football still number 1, but Bluey's getting close. 825
Wow.
points to 852. And then we got a virtual tie here for 3rd and 4th place. Suits and Grey's Anatomy knotted. But Grey's Anatomy's obviously going to take that next week. Suits is not getting any play.
Yep.
Then we have the NFL on CBS and Fox, 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And then Young Sheldon jumped from 10 to 9 here.
Okay.
Traders UK, number 15. And then we have all of these shows are kind of Follow the House of the Usher, Virgin River, Lincoln Lawyer. These are all kind of dead shows. They'll fall down as we go. But
Virgin
Fool Me
River?
Once, 100 points.
Virgin River 17.
Yes.
That's a pretty good ranking.
I mean, this is one of those shows where when the new season airs, they cram it, and then it's not like...
Like it'll be on for like 2.5 months, and then like that's it. Yeah,
People
okay.
really they absorb themselves with that new season, and then they're done with it.
Okay.
And then the middle of the pack is a lot of these UK shows: the World Cup, Death in Paradise, Gladiators, Death in Paradise, and Call the Midwife. I think will go up as it seems like these are these consistent everyday like period pieces.
Why do
Call
you-
the Midwife in the TV League blog? I called Cholera the TV show.
Because everyone has cholera or something?
It's
Or
just a period piece from that time.
Oh, okay.
Just the era where a cold would kill you.
Oh, absolutely.
The American Nightmare Show debuts at number 38 here, 35 points.
I don't think people had very good health back then. No. I think it was pretty,
A
you
cold
know.
took you down.
Yeah. I think there was a lot of
cold took you
infections. I got a feeling people's teeth weren't very good back